Hi, Kat here. And it's become very apparent to me that my community has turned into quite a community of runners. And I've had several of those runners call me and say, can you help me with stretching? Can you help me with my breathing to increase more stamina and endurance? And so I thought I would just put together this little 30-minute Yoga for Runners video that you can, put on your computer, tune into anytime on YouTube. That when you get up at 5:30 in the morning and you're getting ready to go for a run, you can stretch for a half hour doing your little yoga practice, 30-minute yoga practice. And it will help you tremendously with your flexibility, your stride, the structure of your muscles when you're landing so you're not tweaking your body. It's shin splints. It will help you with so many different things. So I invite you to enjoy me and enjoy it and have fun with it. So let's go ahead and come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. This is called the easy seat. Now you notice that I'm sitting on a blanket. If your hip structure or your knees are tight, find a pillow, find a blanket to put under your hips. Bring your right heel, or for me it's my right heel, into the groin area. Stack the other foot where your ankles are as close to being lined up as comfortable. And then just drop your knees down, get your spine tall. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths. One of the things that you may find different, especially if you've never tried yoga before, is the breathing is much, much different than it is for running. We inhale through the nose and we exhale through the nose for yoga. But this particular type of breathing that we do, which is called Ujjayi breathing, pranayama, Ujjayi pranayama, which is, translated victorious breath, it expands the lungs and gives you a greater lung capacity for running. So we're going to do this with, through the nose, not with the mouth open on the exhale. That's, I think, what we've been trained to do as runners, but for yoga, we're going to do it this way. So just do the best you can. A lot of people have a really difficult time in the beginning with the breathing. So just do what you can. But just get your spine nice and tall. You can bring your thumb and index finger together. This releases a relaxation response to the brain. And then just start letting your muscles relax, taking a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then just let the hip structure relax, keep the breath moving, just stay relaxed in this calm state. And if you feel comfortable enough to do this, we're going to stack our legs into firewalk pose. Now this may be enough of a stretch for you right here, and if it is, stay here. This is really a non-competitive thing. We want you to open up your muscles that are according to your body. And so, your knees may be tight, your hips may be tight. That's okay, this is how we work on it, but I want you to stay where you're most comfortable. But if you can, you're going to stack your left foot onto your right knee. And you're just going to stack your legs here, opening up through the hip, which are again getting the spine nice and tall. Flex through the feet, pull the toes back toward the knees, and just take a few breaths. Hopefully you're feeling something into that left hip structure. And just breathing into it. And then go ahead and exhale, release, and we're going to switch sides. So you're going to bring the right foot to the top of the left knee, stacking the feet as best as possible. Pulling yourself up nice and tall. Breathing into this. Now just let that right knee drop down toward the left foot. Make sure the toes are flexed back toward the knees though, so you've got lots of energy going through the legs. And just breathe. Try to stay as relaxed as possible. I know in the beginning that's very, very hard to do. Muscles are stretching, joints are opening up. Sometimes that's not always the most comfortable thing, but if you can relax into it, it will make the process so much easier and you're going to feel so much better with those muscles released. Go ahead and exhale, stretching the legs out in front of you. Put a little bounce in the knees, get a little blood flowing going into them. And then go ahead and remove that blanket. If you've got a blanket underneath you, go ahead and remove it. And we're going to come into all fours. So you're going to bring your hands right under your shoulders and you're going to bring your knees under your hips. And we're going to inhale, you're going to sink in the lower back, turn the sit bones up, pull the shoulders back and look up as you exhale round through the spine. Chin to chest. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now notice that the knees are together, toes are pointed back. Nice, easy, gentle movement here. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Go ahead and bring the right knee between your hands. Bring the heel of your right foot back into the groin area. Come up high onto the fingertips. Stretch the left leg back behind you. Lift through the chest. Keep breathing. Sink those hips down. Open up through the hip structure. And then exhaling, go ahead and fold forward. Heading into reclining pigeon. Now if you need to bring a pillow or a block or anything underneath your head, go right ahead and do that. Stretch into it, take one full complete breath. And then go ahead and pull yourself back up. Coming high onto the fingertips, curl the toes of your left foot. Lifting yourself up, coming back to down dog. Now stretch back in down dog and notice the difference between the right leg and the left leg. We're going to stretch that left leg out now here in a few minutes. So go ahead and bring that left knee up between your hands. Left heel is at the groin. Stretch the right leg back. Lift through the chest. Sink in the lower back. Take a couple of deep breaths, really open up, and then exhale out over that front thigh. Releasing down as far as you can go. And then inhaling back up. Stepping back to down dog. And hopefully you're feeling a little more symmetry now between the legs. Things feel a little more even. Go ahead and drop down onto your knees. Cross your ankles. Roll over your heels. Extend your legs out in front of you. And we're going to come into a twist. So you're going to bring the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Right foot is going to flex back toward your head. You're going to inhale. You're going to extend your right arm out in line with your shoulders. Keep that spine tall. As you exhale, wrap your arm around your knee. Left hand comes up and around to the floor behind you. And we're going to come into this twist. Now, as you do this, remember that you want to, if you want to explore and go deeper with your spine, lift on the inhale, twist on the exhale. Keep that right leg really engaged. Press out through the heel. And keep that breath moving. Exhaling, coming back around to the front. Switching sides. We're going to bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Left foot is flexed. Spine is tall. Left arm lengthens out from the shoulder. Really open it up. And exhale. Wrap that arm around your knee. Right arm. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the floor behind you. Again, pressing out through the heel of the left foot. Twisting around to look over your shoulder. Breathing. Releasing. exhaling around to the front. Go ahead and extend both legs out. Scooting yourself up a little bit on your mat. You're going to pull your spine up nice and tall. You're going to bring your knees in toward your chest, cross your feet, pull your feet back toward your bottom, come into a balance. Keeping the core nice and strong, keeping the breathing nice and fluid, and then switching sides. And then go ahead and exhale, lying down onto your mat. Pull the right knee into your chest, extend the left leg straight out. Relax through the shoulders, let them drop to the floor. Go ahead and bring the left knee up, bringing the left foot to the floor, and you're going to bring that right ankle to the top of your left knee. And then you're going to bring your right hand. Now this is kind of a tricky pose, so listen carefully. People tend to get confused because there's a few steps. You're going to bring the right hand. You're going to bring it through that triangle, and you're going to clasp your left hand around your left knee. You're going to flex your feet back, spread your toes. And then as you exhale, pull back on that left knee. Open up through the right hip. Go ahead and exhale, releasing down. Stretch that right leg straight out, pull the left knee into the chest. Hug it in. Breathing into it. And then go ahead and bring the right foot up. Foot is flat on the floor, knee is bent. Bringing the left ankle to the top of the right knee. Now make sure that ankle bone doesn't dig into the top of your thigh. You want to get it past that. So, otherwise it's probably not going to be very comfortable for you. But go ahead and bring that left hand now, the left hand, through that triangle, clasping your right hand around your knee. Flex your feet, spread your toes, and exhaling, pressing that knee back. Feels pretty good. Keeping everything in alignment, keeping your breath moving. And then go ahead and exhale, release down. And now we're going to pull both knees into the chest. And I want you to just kind of rock from side to side, kind of massage out your spine a little bit, open things up. And then you're going to open up your knees. You're going to bring your hands to the little toe side of your foot. And then you're going to bring those feet up toward the ceiling, press the heels up, spread the toes out, relax down. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull those thighs back down toward the mat. Coming into happy baby pose. And breathe into it. And this gets to the inside of the groin area, as well as the outside of the hip. And the other poses, we want to get the inside as well. Go ahead and exhale, releasing down. Again, pulling the right knee into the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to extend that right knee over to the left, extending the left arm out in line with your shoulder. Turn your head to the left. Come into a little twist here. Inhale and coming back up to center. Switching sides. Go ahead and bring that left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg out. As you exhale, drop that left knee over to the right. Extend out your left arm and turn your head to the left. Now don't get hung up on whether or not your knees go into the floor or your shoulders go into the floor. You work with your own range of motion here. And then go ahead and inhale, coming back up to center. Bringing your hands behind your knees, you're going to take a deep inhale and then go rock and roll yourself up to sit. Go ahead and come up again to all fours. And this time we are going to step the left foot up between the hands. We're going to extend the right leg back a little bit into a low runner's lunge, leg extending out through the spine, lengthening out, pressing back through that right leg, let the tailbone drop down. And if you want to go a little deeper, you're going to flare that left foot out just a little bit, and then you're going to come down onto your elbows and really stretch into this, open up into it, breathe into it, release into it. And then go ahead and step back again, other side. Bringing the right foot between your hands, extending the left leg back. Come on high onto the fingertips, lengthen out through the spine. Do not collapse down on that front knee. If you do, you're going to interfere with your breathing. So you want to keep your chest lifted, your spine lengthening. And then if you want to go a little deeper, flare that foot out just a little bit. Bring your elbows down onto the floor. And stretch out. And then go ahead and pull yourself back up again. Step that foot back. And then go ahead and just swing over to one side, coming back into a cross-legged seat again. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together into bound angle. And we're going to let the knees just drop toward the floor. It doesn't matter if they go all the way to the floor, but let them drop down. And if it's uncomfortable for you to have the knees lifted, as you can see, mine don't go all the way to the floor, you can always take a block to support your knees if that's a problem, or you may sit on a pillow. It actually doesn't bother me much to sit this way, so I just kind of go with the flow. Go ahead and lift through the chest. Wrap your index finger and your middle finger around your big toes. Lift through the chest and lengthen. Press down through the sit bones. And take a few breaths. And on your next exhale, you're going to lengthen out through the spine, so you're going to keep a flat spine. You're going to bring your elbows forward. You're going to press back through the sit bones. You're going to lengthen out through the crown of the head. You're going to relax your face and just relax. Lengthen out through the back of the neck. Make sure the shoulders aren't pulling up around your ears, but you're just getting all this length. Keep your breath moving. And then go ahead and drop your head down. Go ahead and inhale, pulling yourself back up. Okay, you are going to bring your right arm underneath your right calf. You're going to bring your left arm underneath your left calf. You can bring the thumb and index finger together if you like. Kind of makes it a little bit of a prettier pose if you do. Go ahead and bring the heels together, flare the feet out, engage through the toes, let them flex. And we're going to come into flowering lotus. So you're going to inhale, you're going to lift your feet off the floor, relaxing back into the pose, and breathing into it. Flowering lotus is a great opener for the inner thighs. It also creates great balance and core strength. It's just all around a good, fun pose to do. Exhale and releasing down. Go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. And we're going to bring the left foot into the inside of your right thigh. Now you're going to have the heel right at the inside of your left groin. And you're going to extend the right leg or the left leg out. Now if you need a pillow or a block or a blanket to sit on, that's fine, go right ahead. If you need to use a strap, if you can't reach your foot, that's great too. Whatever you need to do in order to make yourself the most comfortable here. Go ahead and bring your hands out in line with your hips, heels extended out, toes are flexed back toward the head, legs are lengthening out from the thigh bone. Inhale and exhaling, extending down. Now, keep that thigh bone pressing down toward the mat as best you can. You may need to readjust once you get into the pose. That's fine. Go ahead, do what you want to do. Take your gaze to your toenail or beyond. So it keeps you folding like a piece of paper. So you're not just kind of around and over trying to get your forehead to your knee, but you're actually moving from the hip joint out and keeping that spine lengthening and long, keeping your jawline relaxed so you're not clenching your teeth. Keeping your breath very fluid. Inhaling, pulling yourself up, lengthening through the spine. And exhaling, pressing your hands down. Other side, extending the right leg out, bringing the left foot in, using a strap or a pillow if need be, any props that you might need. Hands are in line with your hips. Inhaling, bringing your arms up. And as you exhale, extending out again, taking your gaze to your big toe or beyond, making sure that the bones are stacked evenly, the thigh bone is pressing down, the jawline is relaxed, the breathing is relaxed. Readjusting as needed. And then go ahead and inhale. Exhaling, pressing your hands down, extending both legs out. Flex both feet back toward your head. Make sure they're even. One leg is pushing out farther than the other. Press your thigh bones down, inhaling up. And as you exhale, extend out, grasping wherever is comfortable for you. And now drop your head down. And hopefully you feel a nice stretch from the top of your head out through the soles of your feet. And a nice stretch of realignment. Go ahead and inhale up. And exhale, pressing your hands down. Go ahead and lie down onto your mat for corpse pose. Extending your legs out. Bringing your hands down. In line with your hips with the palms up. Take a few minutes here. pull your knees into your chest. Keeping the knees in the chest, stretch your arms over your head. Slowly roll onto your right side. Take a few breaths of transition. And then very slowly start pulling yourself back up to sit. Taking a few moments just to let your body absorb your practice. And I've enjoyed practicing with you today. I hope you enjoy your run, and I hope that this sequence will help you get the stride that you desire, the stamina that you desire, and the strength that you desire. Namaste.